What is that stuff, dude?
Corned beef.
It looks like a dead something.
It's the lowest grade beef you could possibly get.
And this is the man who led me to Jesus. My name's John Torres, and this deadbeat is Ramsey Robinson, who's been a buddy of mine for, how long have we known each other?
Almost 2 years now.
Almost 2 years, maybe. This is Cantor's Deli on Fairfax in Hollywood.
We're all plugging the restaurant.
Come check it out, they got the best bagels in town. It was here at Cantor's Deli that Ramsey first led me to Christ. And we met when we were telemarketers at a place called Cantor & Associates. Cantor & Associates and Cantor's on Fairfax. Somehow, there was a cosmic connection between those two things, I think. I had been going downhill. I was trying by an act of my own will to change my life, and I just kept failing miserably. And in some ways I was quitting. I wasn't even trying to do it anymore. I was just kind of sabotaging things. I was drinking a lot and partying and it was making me miserable. And Ramsey was sort of there to kind of pick up the damage. We'd get together and meet once every couple of weeks, and it would be just me sort of venting about the damages that I was sustaining.
You wanted to believe in something.
Yeah.
That was contrary to what you'd been experiencing over the last couple of months.
But more specifically, it was something that was being exemplified in your life. And I knew that it was Christ in your life, but it was it seemed like an intangible, kind of like pie in the sky, great.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like saying all you need is love.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which people always say all the time, but it really doesn't mean anything if you don't have love. So I think that when I got to this night, it was sort of like, okay, you've been mentioning this for a long time. How do you get it?
It was a crazy night because it was you were still kind of messed up in a lot of ways.
I had a cousin who got a DUI one night. He actually came out with me to go drinking to basically drown my sorrows. On the way back, he got a DUI, and I remember I had to call someone to drive me to go pick him up, try and bail him out. And I called Ramsey at 4 in the morning or something like that. And Ramsey had to be up at 6 to work. So Ramsey came out without a question asked and picked me up, and we went and took care of it that night. And I remember that night talking to him about how frustrated I was and how this was it, something needed to change. And I think it was the next time I saw Ramsey after that we came here to Cantor's. Finally, after months of not knowing how to do it, I came to the point where I truly wanted to know how one enters into a relationship with God. And Ramsey basically led me through the prayer, which really just consisted of acknowledging that I had lived my life outside of what I knew to be right, that I'd lived a life of sin. Deep down, I knew that there was a right path to be lived, and that I could only really truly be led into that path if Christ was at the center of my heart and actually became my God, my Savior. It's just awesome. It's just inspired me so much to have a heart for other people. I am blessed to have been put in a path that led me to a friend like you, and someone who would actually take the time to do that for me.